Service Matters, October 2019, posted on GreySheet.org on Tuesday, the 6th of October 2019. The 2019 World Service Conference in Chicago was a huge success. On Friday, submission of voting roll call, adopted the standing rules of order, adopted the agenda, accepted the minutes for 2013, 2014, and 2016 as corrected. Saturday, accepted the Treasurer's report, passed a motion to elect board candidates, passed a motion to adopt approved 12 concepts of AA, adapted with permission. 4. Passed a motion to publish the report of the GreySheet Committee clarification of GreySheet abstinence. 5. Archived motions were withdrawn. 6. Passed a motion to make the website committee stand alone. 7. Passed a motion to create a GreySheeters Anonymous World Service style guide. 8. Passed a motion to have the structure committee review and work on GreySheeters Anonymous World Service Conference charter. 9. Passed a motion to have the next World Service Conference in October 16th through the 18th, 2020. 10. Passed a motion to have the next World Service Conference at the Cenacle in Chicago, Illinois. 11. Passed a motion to approve the process for reading, amending, and approving draft minutes for the 2019 and subsequent World Service Conferences. 12. Failed the motion to schedule future World Service Conferences only when reserve is saved. 13. Failed a motion to cap individual contributions to less than 10% of the operating budget. 14. Failed a motion to consult the fellowship when the budget changes exceed $1,000 or 25% of the total budget. 15. Passed a motion to develop financial policies and procedures in conjunction with the service manual. Sunday. 1. Passed a motion for the concept of long-form literature, living abstinent. 2. Passed a motion to define short-form literature as less than 2,000 words and long-form literature as 2,000 words or more. 3. Passed a motion for the concept of long-form literature one day at a time in GreySheeters Anonymous. 4. Motion rescinded to remove the proposed tagline. 5. Passed a motion to make the nominating committee stand alone. 6. Passed a motion to approve the method of nominating candidates to the GreySheet World Service Board of Trustees. 7. Installed the new Board of Trustees. 8. Committee reports with questions and answers. 9. Closing ceremony and adjournment. The next conference will be October 16th through the 18th, 2020, so we have 1 year to get ready for that. Please, if your group was not able to attend this year due to lack of funds for the GSR expenses, start saving money from your 7th tradition to save for next year's conference. And if anyone has the desire to do service at this level, please stay tuned to the November issue of Service Matters, which will be chock full of ideas on how to get involved. Quotes from the delegates. At the end of the conference, all delegates were asked to think of one sentence to describe what was most meaningful to them from our time together. Here is a sampling of their thoughts. The first is a haiku. We make the motions while sitting down. We are still. God moves and shakes us. 2. Not only did I survive the World Service Conference, I thrived. 3. Wellness starts with we. Illness starts with I. 4. Every delegate had a chance to be heard. The debate was often passionate but ultimately productive. 5. Doing service at the level of a GreySheet conference raises the level of my recovery. 6. So many ideas, so little time. Creating the infrastructure to carry the message takes so much work, and that work is being done by a very dedicated and hard-working 5% of our fellowship. We cannot do anything alone. Service is truly what matters as GreySheeters Anonymous grows and continues to carry the message. It was as if I found a family I never knew, a fellowship of those who were able to listen and hear one another. One of the committee leaders referred to their members as passionistas. I love that. May we all stay passionistas for living a beautiful, abstinent life in recovery. There's something very special about spending a weekend with people with backgrounds vastly different to mine that nevertheless share my disease and are just as passionate about this solution. Listening to various arguments for different issues, my mind was changed repeatedly by new points of view that hadn't occurred to me. I returned to my world with a refreshed feeling that people really are wonderful. Service, service, service. I slumber in addiction. Together we can thrive with abundance to be shared. Having attended 2 previous World Service conferences, I was very moved to see how our program has grown in professionalism and purpose. My first conference has further energized me to not only carry the message to the compulsive eater who still suffers, but to carry the message to our GreySheet community of what exciting and vital work our World Service is doing. October 2019 Monthly Board of Trustees column. Note, each month Service Matters will publish a column written by a different trustee on the board. Each column will include the name of the trustee, a departure from most Service Matters articles, in order to help members to get to know their trustees better. Our first column is written by Grania M., newly elected President of the Board of Trustees for GSAWS. Please meet your 2020 Board of Trustees nominated by the 48 delegates of the 2019 World Service Conference in Chicago and elected by the 2019 Board of Trustees. Those 4 board members whose terms expire in 2022. President, Grania M., abstinence date, September 14, 1994. Vice President, Laura D. L., April 16, 1982. Treasurer, Joyce S., March 24, 1997. Secretary, Sandy M., August 27, 2009. Those 3 trustees whose terms expire in 2021. Assistant Treasurer, Joey M., June 7, 2013. Assistant Secretary, Lee T., March 23, 2000. Trustee, Hobby B., November 2, 2005. Those 3 trustees whose terms expire in 2020. Ofer L., January 25, 2002, Sarah S., May 24, 2009, and our Class B non-compulsive eater trustee, Alan S., with a CA/AA sobriety date of June 10, 1999. After 3 years of diligent service, 7 Board of Trustees members rotated off the Board of Trustees at the conference. I am sure I speak for the entire fellowship when I say that we are incredibly grateful to them for their stewardship of our organization since the last World Service Conference in 2016. Mary M., President, Yael A., Vice President, Sue S., Secretary, Nicole A., Treasurer, Joyce C., Assistant Treasurer, Benny T., Liaison to the Conference Committee, Gula B., Liaison to the Website Committee. We are lucky that Ofer and Sarah agreed to serve another year to help the new members find their feet and ensure continuity. Thanks also to the Nominating Committee. The committee worked hard to fill so many positions in 1 year. Linda G.S. and her committee, Lee F., Raina D., Susan B., and Theta S., met twice a month and reviewed a lot of potential candidates. The nominating committee is going to work to return the board to its original 13 members and to continue the rotation of 1/3 of members each year. If you are interested and qualified, please volunteer via the website or suggest another talented and willing GreySheeter. Go to GreySheet.org World Services Board of Trustees Nominating Committee. The incoming board is already transitioning the business of the non-for-profit corporation. We are working with the conference committee to implement the decisions of the delegates and to continue the existing projects. And we are supporting the Intergroup service representatives in ensuring that every member of our fellowship hears the results of the conference and has a chance to ask questions. We're excited to get started supporting members, groups, and intergroups in our primary purpose, to stay abstinent and carry the message. Stay tuned for monthly updates from your board and get in touch. Email gsawsbot@gmail.com. We want to hear from you. Announcing the Board of Trustees Town Hall on October 27, 2019 at 10 o'clock in the morning, Eastern Standard Time. The incoming Board of Trustees of GreySheeters Anonymous World Service will continue the wonderful innovation of the outgoing Board of Trustees and host a Zoom Town Hall quarterly. All GreySheeters Anonymous members are invited, especially those who serve the fellowship as trusted servants. We ask all ISRs and World Service Conference Committee chairs to encourage their members to participate. The first quarterly town hall will be October 27th at 10 a.m. Eastern Time. Subsequent town halls will be in January, April, and July 2020. We will report on the just completed World Service Conference, informing you of changes approved by your delegates. We will also introduce your new Board of Trustees and outline projects the conference committees will be working on in 2020. We welcome your questions before the town hall to the chair of the communication committee at southwestintergroup@gmail.com. We welcome your questions and suggestions during the town hall too. Come meet your new board and hear the exciting work your committees will be undertaking so we can all fulfill our primary purpose, to stay abstinent and carry the message to the next compulsive eater. The meeting will be recorded and the audio published in Service Matters in November. We will record and publish the questions and answers as well as your suggestions. The link for the Zoom meeting is included in Service Matters. Announcement of Committees Connecting. The post-conference version, Committee Chairs Only, of Committees Connecting will take place on Tuesday, October 22nd at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, so committee chairs meet to gear up for our very busy new year in anticipation of World Service 2020. The usual Zoom meeting of all committee members will start up again soon. ISR's Intergroup Service representatives will also be meeting on Sunday, October 13th at 12 o'clock Eastern Time to discuss how best to communicate the results of WSC 2019 to the entire fellowship. Intergroups are encouraged to send their alternate ISR, ISR-elect, or vice chair, or other officer if they can't make it. Upcoming events. Please check GreySheet.org events for details and contact information. European Intergroup Retreat, October 18th to 20th, 2019 in Newmarket, England. The 29th Annual New York City GreySheet Roundup, November 9th through the 10th, 2019, New York, New York.